I thought there was another bar coming there. Yeah.
Waiting for the drop.
I was waiting for that. There's another one there. Honestly, these two are so incredible. You know, it's obviously Lana Crowster, so it's Crow's Nest Productions. And then, of course, you get Raven. So there's Crow and a Raven on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Look at that. Exactly, and you rock together as well. You've got 2 more performances coming up. You're welcome. But the thing is, you're also doing some crowdfunding to get yourself to New York University. And I think I want to give you this platform, this plug. If there is anybody, you know, out there that can support you, let's think about what we're supporting first. What do you want to do at New York University?
So I'll be doing my master's in music business. So it's basically a master's in arts with a specialization in music business.
Yes.
And essentially, I want to use that degree to formulate a formal way of studying music business in our country, having 20 years of experience of hustling independently. I know what it's like.
Yes.
So I want to learn from the Americans, see what they do right, and see how I can implement it here. But I also want to start implementing workshops and things at a grassroots level. So do workshops in communities where people are talented but don't have the resources to go study. Yeah. So if you got money, help me, I'm poor.
Okay, how do we send you money? Where do we go? Is it BackaBuddy, right?
BackaBuddy.co.za, type in Lana Crowster. Help me, I'm poor.
Link is on your screen right now, all right? She poor. Give her money.
She money.
She's back again with some more performances at your Feel Good Breakfast show. I'm going to give you some money. Hold on, let me see. I think I got a 50 cent left here. What? I do.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hi, it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Express here on S3. And the thing is, a lot of headbanging because I'm very excited about the next couple of trailers that the man himself, JP Sebastian's about to take us through. JP, welcome back, my friend.
That's just me excited. I'm sorry. I should give you audio. Yes, hi.
No, it's all good. So, okay, I'm excited about Dune, but I want to get to another movie first to build some anticipation. Let's talk about, when I saw the trailer for this one prior to chatting to you, I just thought Kylo Ren is up against Jason Bourne. It's got to be exciting. It's the last duel.
Yeah, and with a very phallic poster there, you've got 2 swords staring at each other. No, for very good reason. I'm not just being a weirdo.
Okay.
So going to pick up in this is, as you say, Matt Damon and Adam Driver, who usually plays Kylo Ren. This is the true story about the last legal duel in France, which we all know was December 29th, 1386. I got a lot of reading last night. So there's a shot, however, of the woman at the center of all of this. It's Jodie Comer, who people might know from Killing Eve. I'm not a TV corp, I'm a movie corp, so I'm sure that show is popular. And little slick little designs there of a fractured female character who's desperately trying to piece her story together while it all clashes in the public eye. The true story being is that the duel was instigated by Matt Damon's character, who you see there, who is Jean de Carouge. Yes, I had to read that name, against Adam Driver, Jacques Legris. What happened is that Jacques Legris was accused of rape by Marguerite de Carouge, the wife of Matt Damon. And the lord of the two of these men, the sort of boss guy, was Ben Affleck, who probably just plays Ben Affleck in this movie. And who you'll barely see. Oh, there he is, by the way, the beach hair man. Fantastic, by the way, that Ridley Scott is reuniting the bromance here between Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Co-writers of this movie, what they did is they specifically only wrote the roles of the male characters. Nicole Holofcener, who is a fantastic writer herself, wrote all the female roles. So it's all about perspective, of course. And this couldn't be more crucial during the sort of Me Too moment that Hollywood is desperately trying to figure itself out through. So it's not just like courtroom drama. Of course, you can see people giving it to each other, hitting each other in the head.
Yeah.
Whole wars. France was fighting England at the time, so I think there's a war where Carouge went to Scotland. You might get to see whole battles, but like I said, the main person behind this, the person who was brave enough to raise her voice at a time where one of the characters in the trailer says the truth doesn't matter, it's the rule of men that matters. This story of not just like, a time even now when we don't believe the women, we don't give credence enough to their testimony. It's like it was more of a matter of the honor of the man and him risking her life in turn, because it ends up she might get burnt at the stake if she was given false testimony. And so it's just insane drama at the same time that it's a Ridley Scott movie. This is the guy who directed Gladiator. What more could you ask for? The guy who directed The Martian with Matt Damon. So very exciting stuff. October 15th. I can't wait for this one. But we know that that's not why we're here this morning. Carl, Dune.
Okay, I didn't want to be too biased on it, but I mean, I'm excited about Dune. Okay, I've seen a couple of trailers. I even saw a fan trailer that was made with different characters like knit together. But I think about the game, and then I think about the book as well. Harkonnen, Atreides, the Sandworm. This is Dune. Just get us going. I cannot wait.
Dune. I'm sorry, I'm making non-family friendly sounds on TV.
I know.
Zendaya center stage in this trailer, at least for a little bit, because the previous one was Timothée Chalamet, who is obviously Paul Atreides.
Yeah.
Given the reason why all of this is happening, Zendaya is a native Fremen on the planet of Arrakis. Why am I getting all fancy with the pronunciation?
Keep it fancy, dude. That's what you do.
I'm getting stupidly into this. Dave Bautista, such a good actor.
Drax!
Surprisingly good for a WWE wrestler. Blade Runner 2049 is where we last saw him being amazing with this director, Denis Villeneuve, who did Sicario, who did Arrival, who did Blade Runner. He's one of the best we have. If you want to seem like a movie snob, you would learn how to pronounce his name. Josh Brolin. Jason Momoa. So this trailer is a lot more tactile than the previous one. Obviously, our previous one is action-packed too, but good grief, that's a whole base of Atreides getting destroyed by Harkonnen there. Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson.
You're giving me goosebumps.
No, legit, I did get goosebumps. I've watched this trailer 9 times now, and I cannot wait. I knew I woke up in 2021 for a reason. Dune is October 22nd in South Africa. I cannot wait. The Oscar goes to editing, acting, probably not. I don't know, best picture, special effects, some of the best you've ever seen. Star Wars, sit down, hold my spice. You don't know what you're doing.
Ooh.
Dune is the reason Star Wars exists. No, I don't care. And we all know this. Anyone who's read even a little bit of history, I know right now Graham is nodding. Graham is giving himself a concussion, nodding to everything I'm saying.
Yes.
You wouldn't get Star Wars, which I like, without Dune. And Denis Villeneuve does it the justice it deserves by the looks of things. I've seen, you talk about fan videos and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm so giddy. I'm like, like fans who were allowed to see the first 10 minutes of the movie and then did YouTube videos of like 2 hours based on the first 10 minutes. So they're just having conniptions, filling more ICUs that we can cope with.
I feel just as out of breath as you are. I cannot wait for this movie. When can we expect it?
I'm not just being a hype man. You know I'm never just a hype man. And I hope I'm not disappointed, but I doubt I'll be. The guy, Denis Villeneuve, used Arrival and used Blade Runner as practice for Dune, which is the movie he's wanted to make since he was 12, he said. How do you make movies that good as practice, as training wheels for this? It's going to be mind-blowing. It looks beautiful. It looks like one of the best sci-fis we're ever going to get.
I am, excited. It's not even a word anymore. I'm going to find another one. I'm going to grab the thesaurus. But, JP, thanks a lot for bringing to the fore these incredible movies. The Last Duel, Ridley Scott, a banger, of course. But Dune, October 22nd, that is, I just hope that you can get me tickets. That's actually what I'm actually asking you today.
Give me a vaccine.
It's okay. On that note, thanks a lot, Jamie Sebastian. Graham, stand by, because I can tell you, Graham, you had more goosebumps than I did about Dune.
Just get in my head.
Yes!
Oh my word, you don't understand how excited I am about this film. I am almost as excited.
Well, looking at what you were
Almost
doing
as
here.
excited to make ourselves a chocolate tort. It's not a tart,
No.
it's a tort.
A tort.
It's a tort. We're making with our Clover Bliss chocolate that is ready to eat, which is a massive, massive win. Never underestimate the power of chocolate. There is just something so special about it that will put a smile on anyone's face. It will release dopamine in your brain. So treat your family to this easy-to-make Clover Bliss dessert chocolate tort. And Chef Chumi is the magician who is about to weave it all together.
Guess what?
What?
You don't have to wait until the 22nd of October. All we gotta
I don't know how I'm going to actually wait that long. I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around it. So we are going to make something truly delicious, and I think a tort could be a little intimidating to some, so we're going to demystify it and make it super simple and super delicious. So what's going on in your Bain Marie little vibe there?
Oh, you even know that it's a
Yeah,
Bain
girl.
Marie. Look at
Girl.
you. So all we've got here is we've got some chocolate and some butter that we've nicely melted together. We want somewhat of a sauce consistency.
Okay.
What we're going to do is mix this mixture that I've got over here with our Bliss chocolate medium cream dessert, and then we've got other ingredients that you're going to be whipping up for us here. You've got some
Okay.
eggs, some flour, sugar, vanilla essence, and some salt. So maybe start off with the sugar and eggs first.
All the sugar or just some?
All the sugar.
All the sugar. Okay,
So
I'm
the
ready.
idea when working with sugar and eggs is to try and whisk it as soon as they mix, because you don't want the sugar to burn the eggs. And by that, I mean whenever you've got a mixture like that, if you leave the sugar unattended with the eggs, it creates little lumps and little things
Okay,
in
so
there
there's
that
a
you don't
chemical
want.
process that's going on here.
Exactly. So we don't want that oxidizing or anything
I've
like
really
that.
been working on my whisking action to aerate and kind of get that.
Well done
Look
to
at
you.
that, man.
All that working out. Yeah, and then into that, you're just going to go in with your vanilla essence, your salt, and the flour. And then I'm going to actually go in with our medium cream, Bliss medium cream dessert over here. I mean, this is not, I can never say chocolate overload. I mean, I love chocolate.
Yeah,
so I
chocolate
can
on
never-
chocolate on chocolate.
enough.
In chocolate, with chocolate.
With chocolate.
For
And if
chocolate.
you want to, you could even add some chocolate pieces into this and just make the
Ooh.
chocolatey tart.
Don't be crazy. Now you're just being crazy. Now
I mean, why not, Graham?
and
Why
then the
not?
flour.
You can
What
never
is
have
the
too much.
What is the flour doing here?
In essence, that's where the tort is. So what you've noticed there, we've used very little flour.
Yeah.
The reason for that is we wanted sort of a brownie, chocolate brownie, fudgy texture
Okay.
to our tort over here. In fact, I think I want to add a bit more of our Bliss just to make it a
And
bit
now,
more-
as whisking goes, this is like level 10 intensity. This is quite a heavy mixture.
You've done quite well. And I
Quite
think-
well.
Well, very well.
No,
That's
it's
what
quite.
you-
I won't let's, I'm still learning. There's still stages I've got to go, but I feel like we're getting aerated.
Definitely. You're doing quite well. And I think the first step here before we go too far is I need to temper those eggs before we mix everything together.
Okay.
And by tempering, we're basically meaning bringing that mixture up to temperature so that
Okay.
when we mix the two, our eggs don't burn or curdle.
Okay.
So the first step would be for me, as I'm adding a little bit, you just continue whisking.
Okay, so it's just a little bit, little bit.
And then, in essence, because this mixture is already warm, that's now getting warmed up because of the mixture you've added in
I
there.
see.
You can then now fold
Is
in
it
your-
normal to be cramping at this stage?
Well, that means you're doing it right. You can now add your egg mixture into this mixture.
Okay, so now the temperatures are comparable,
Correct.
so it's not going to curdle or create scrambled eggs.
Exactly, and that's not what we want. So, yes, the flour was a little bit, but it's enough to bake it nicely so that you've got a beautiful,
So it's going to set.
beautiful fudgy texture, because we don't want it to be cakey, but we also don't want it to be too gooey. We want it to set and hold its shape.
So it's got to have a bit of form to it as well.
and a bit of bite. And into a nicely greased pan, we go in.
Because
there
of course,
with
on the
our mixture.
extremities of the dish, it's going to go quite hard, and then as you move into the centre, it's going to be that like soft
Look at it, we look
gooiness. Oh
professional.
my
Yes.
word!
And this beauty goes into the oven to bake and comes out looking like that beauty over there. I don't know if you... I was going to say taste, but also I have things to do, and I feel like it's important where I'm going to present a gift.
Okay,
to
no,
those.
we'll do it. I'll give you this one.
Okay.
I had this more earlier, and that was a nut. That was like my day's worth of deliciousness. Absolutely beautiful. You know what I'm loving about the Clover Bliss? It is ready to eat.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just sort of glug it into your face if you want to, but it translates so well into different recipes as an additive to add that extra creaminess, that extra textural element, and of course, overload on the chocolate. This is beautiful. You have demystified the tort.
And that's it. You bake it at 180 degrees. At most, I'd say 20 minutes because you don't want to overcook it. You want it to be dry, but you just want it to be nice and gooey in the center.
Is there a way that you know it's ready? Because you don't want to be kind of defacing it by sticking knives in it?
Of course, and because it's of the gooey texture, if you stick something in there, it's still going to come out with the best. So the whole idea is to bake it according to what the recipe says.
Okay, just trust the process,
recipe,
man. Trust the process.
Make sure, but it will have a bit of a wiggle at the very...
A little bit of a jiggle, a little bit of a wiggle, just a little bit.
But it will be
you can do the wiggle test. Maybe that's the right idea. I suppose the most important take-home here for me is making sure that your mixtures are at the same temperature so you don't curdle your eggs. Absolutely beautiful. You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. So yes, I did get a bit.
I was going to ask.
It was the mixing. I got into it, man. But yeah,
honestly, that was incredible.
I've
You know
got
what?
tortoise elbow.
All the excitement about Dune. He was like, Dune. Yep.
I actually don't know what to do with myself. Did you see me running around?
Yes, I saw.
In
That's
my,
why in my
apron,
peripheral.
rolling around on the ground like I was trying to put out a fire. Crazy, man. Cannot wait for that. But cannot wait to see what y'all are saying on social media. Y'all. We've been asking you why it's so important to connect with and look after our environment.
Yeah.
Nomvuza saying to maintain our environment is the best. During the time of the pandemic, when people were losing their jobs, this taught me that the planet is important. That is where our wealth is. We can make something starting from recycling to take care so that tourists can be interested in our planet. She's come from a few different angles there. I love that.
Okay, then Lord Osiris saying, we've ruined Earth, we humans, but we can save it.
Nice.
Listen to one of the greatest hits of the late King of Pop, Michael Joseph Jackson, Earth Song. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah,
It's
well
just like that. Also heal the world.
Jeanette Ras, our planet is the source of food, water, power, and a habitat for animals. For a sustainable future, we have to conserve our planet by reducing waste. Boom, simply put.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the fact that we're touching on this. Remember, it should be top of mind all the time. World Nature Conservation Day. So don't worry, stick around because we've got some news updates for you, and then we're going to go for lower body, something that will definitely get us through the dunes.
Just like...
Yeah? I said dune again. Anyway, here's Zoe.
Oh, thank you, Wasty. Let's look at your national headlines. 2 South African authors have made the coveted long list for the year's International Booker Prize. The award is for a novel written in English. The exceptional honor of making the list of 13 authors fell to Damon Galgood and Karen Jennings. Galgood was nominated for his book, The Promise, which focuses on SA's history, apartheid, peace and reconciliation, and Jennings for her book, An Island, a story about friendship. Somali-British author Nadida Muhammad has also been nominated for her book, The Fortune Men, a true story of discrimination against a Somali man in Wales in 1950s. And Mango, a subsidiary of SA Airways, has confirmed that its flights have been suspended until further notice. The low-cost airline says it has cancelled its flights due to overdue payments to air traffic control. SAA Chief Executive Thomas Gokolo said efforts were being made to put the struggling airline under business rescue to prevent liquidation. Passengers of Mango will receive further information by SMS or email. Moving to news abroad, German drug manufacturer BioNTech plans to develop its first malaria vaccine and begin clinical trials by next year. The ambitious turnaround time is thanks to mRNA technology used to develop the Pfizer and Moderna coronavirus vaccines in under a year. The only approved malaria vaccine, Mosquirix, took scientists at GlaxoSmithKline more than 30 years to develop. Malaria kills some 400,000 people annually in sub-Saharan African countries, including Malawi, Tanzania, and Kenya, presently use drones to locate mosquito breeding grounds and destroy larvae before hatching. And electronic cigarettes and similar devices are dangerous to health and must be regulated to curb the tobacco industry's tactics to get young people hooked on nicotine, the World Health Organization warned yesterday. The WHO chief, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, says electronic nicotine delivery systems, popularly known as ENDS, are harmful and should be tightly regulated for maximum public health protection. Its 8th tobacco report found that 32 countries had banned the sale of ENDS and 79 has adopted at least partial measures. And bringing it back home, siblings make giant strides in the honey business. 20-year-old Sana Khan and her sisters Noor, Ilham and Assam are flying the South African flag high with their unbelievable honey fynbos and have just picked up the top prize at the 2021 London International Honey Awards. The girls from Athlone in Cape Town won a platinum award for honey, which scored between 95.5% to 100%. It's also the first South African honey to bag this award. Sana, who studies psychology and politics at UCT, said they were most surprised to win, as all the big honey names from countries such as Turkey, Argentina, Algeria, and Australia were there. The sisters started their luxury honey brand during the national lockdown. Their interest originated when their father, Bilal, would bring them a few jars after business trips abroad. The family has 150 hives on the West Coast and cooperates with farmers who host their hives. Sana says that Cape honeybees have thrived alongside fynbos for thousands of years, and now it appears the 4 siblings are thriving with them. Well, on that very happy note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport with Graham.
Thanks so much. So obviously a firm focus on the Olympics from a South African perspective this morning, and not the best news, as it was a 5th place finish for decorated Olympian Chad le Clos in the men's 200-meter butterfly final at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Le Clos, who started in lane 3, clocked a time of 1 minute 54.93 seconds. Ultimately, though, it was Hungary's Christoph Milak who won the gold medal, and also an Olympic record time of 1 minute and 51.25 seconds. And staying in the water after Tatjana Schoenmaker bagged South Africa's first medal at the Tokyo 2020 Games yesterday, Bianca Buitendag added a second after she claimed the silver medal in the women's surfing final. The 27-year-old from Victoria Bay, who surfed in her final competitive event, what a swan song, finished behind USA's Carissa Moore, who worked away with that eventual gold medal. Then the Springboks Sevens team booked their spot in the 5th place playoff against the USA after a narrow 22-19 win over Australia in the Rugby Sevens tournament at the Tokyo Stadium earlier this morning. In fact, yesterday the Blitzboks, they failed to reach the semi-finals after losing to a very spirited Argentinian outfit. New Zealand, they beat Great Britain 29-7, and defending champions Fiji saw off Argentina 26-14 in the semis to reach the Rugby Sevens final. So New Zealand and Fiji will go head-to-head in that gold medal match at 11 a.m. Before that, the 5th place playoff between South Africa and the USA will kick off at 9:58 a.m. today. Now on to Test rugby. Springbok head coach Jacques Nienaber, he's made 3 changes to his starting lineup and 6 changes in total to the matchday squad for their second Test against the British and Irish Lions. So there are 2 changes in the front row. Bongi Mbonambi will be joined by Frans Merhaba and Stephen Kitsoff, who will incidentally be celebrating his 50th Test cap for South Africa in the match. Then Jasper Visser replaces Kwagga Smith at number 8 in this crucial clash at Cape Town Stadium again. And that's at 6 p.m. on Saturday. On the flip side of that coin, British and Irish Lions head coach Warren Gatland has also made some changes, 3 changes in fact, to his starting 11 for the second Test against the Springboks in Cape Town on Saturday. The Lions took a 1-0 lead in the 3-match Test series, beating the Boks 22-17 in the series opener. Scrum half Conor Murray, centre Chris Harris, and then prop Marco Vinipolo has been brilliant off the bench thus far. They come into that starting side for the second Test. And then, of course, Alan Wynne-Jones has been named captain once again and will celebrate another record in his incredible career, his 11th successive Lions Test cap. Well, that's a wrap of your sport for this morning. Let's get one last take on the weather.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take that final look now. The historic Chinese city of Dunhuang was engulfed by an enormous wall of sand on Sunday. A video shows the ancient Silk Road city vanishing in the 100-meter-high wall of sand that blew in from the Gobi Desert. The apocalyptic scene shows high-rise buildings disappear from view as the enormous cloud of dust slowly moves into the city. Police were forced to shut down major roads as visibility plummeted to less than 7 meters. Tourists who had traveled to the Crescent Lake Nature Park in Dunhuang to watch the sunset among the singeing sand dunes at the picturesque beauty spot were forced to huddle together and wear glasses and masks to protect themselves from the sand. Dunhuang is home to the Mogao Caves, also known as the Thousand Buddha Grottos, a temple complex and UNESCO World Heritage Site. For our last international city of the day, we head to the USA, to a small little town called Cassius, located in the state of North Carolina. Now, this is a popular vacation destination owing to the many activities in the area. It boasts golf and tennis and fly fishing and hiking and cycling and so many more. And the year-round population is actually 2,000. However, during the peak season, the population increases to well over 25,000. And of course, any viewers fortunate to be in this beautiful part of the world can expect a partly sunny day, reaching a pleasant and warm maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. Now, we reported on the extreme climate and weather conditions being experienced worldwide, which has included flooding and wildfires and extreme temperatures. A friend of the show and regular YouTube viewer, that is Patrice Boyer from Jura Lons-le-Saunier in France, shared this photo of flooding occurring in this particular area due to heavy rains experienced recently. We hope you are staying safe and dry, Patrice, but thank you so much for your picture. And of course, Ridwan Hassan reached out to us a few times over the past 2 months, sharing pictures of his journey to the UAE. In this photo shared, it is showing his experience of rain at sunrise in the UAE, saying it wasn't much rain, which makes sense for the region's hot desert climate. At 7 a.m. we started off in East London, and that is where Rosemary de Rubois basically shared this beautiful stunning shot of this silhouetted trees, and that's against the pink and purple sky. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for that. And last but not least, Tanya Mostet from Durbanville captured another great view as the sun breaks through the cloud cover in the distance. We love hearing from all of our viewers, whether you are in South Africa or abroad, so please do keep us updated on extreme weather experienced outside of our borders. And for our local viewers, keep us updated on those sunrise photos as well. You can get over to the Expresso Facebook page as I bring you some temperatures from around the country. Let's start off in Polokwane. Good morning to you. 5 to 19 today. Bombela, you are looking at 9 to 26. Pretoria, you're going to go 3, but you're going to rise up to 19. Johannesburg, 4 to 16. Mahikeng, 2 to 20. Klerksdorp, you are 1 this morning, but you jump up to 20 degrees Celsius. Kimberley, minimum 3, maximum 20. Bloemfontein, very chilly, -2. You go up to 18 later. Richards Bay, 11 to 25. Pietermaritzburg, 6 to 25. Durban, 13 to 23. Umtata, 4 is your minimum, and you'll jump up to 23 degrees Celsius. East London, goeiemorgen, good morning, 12 to 20. Cradock, 3 to 23 today. A 25% chance of precipitation in Gqeberha, 9 to 17. George, 8 to 14 today with another 25% chance of precipitation. Cape Town, 12 to 16. Worcester, you can expect 4 this morning, but you're up to 14. Just 1 in Sutherland, but 10 later. And then Uppington wrapping up with you, as always, 4 to 24. I hope you enjoy your day, no matter what the temperature is, because you're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show and you got some sunrise photos. Please send it our way on the Expresso Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Carl. Now we are continuing our fitness segment on how to train like a firefighter. And next we're going to be focusing on the lower body. And I know you loved that first session. The upper body is primed. Now, of course, firefighters need to be strong and fit and remain in life-saving shape to respond to fires, accidents, and of course, other incidents too. Now, here's a few lower body exercises you can easily incorporate into your own personal fitness routine at home. And here to show us how is myself and Zoe Brown.
Well, you're showing me. That's how it's being done.
No, you have to show everybody that there's no excuse. Anybody can do this.
True, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home. I love that you're giving us variations. If you don't have a kettlebell,
Yes.
which a lot of people don't, there are other things you can use instead of a kettlebell.
Exactly. So if you were watching earlier, just another tip, you don't have to use a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell for this, or like I said, you can wrap up some books or something heavy into a towel and use it as your weight, all right? So let's
right.
get into the good stuff. So we're starting off with something fun. Like I said, we're focusing on the lower body, okay?
That's right. And our inspiration is, of course, the movie.
It's not just the movies, but it's a specific movie. It's called Bring Your Own Brigade, of course. We were chatting about this earlier. Bring Your Own Brigade, it's a movie based on firefighters, also about saving the planet. It is World Environmental Day today. And also I thought another good reason for training your legs, we were speaking about Dune, the movie coming out. So running in the sand's not that easy.
It's not
Let
an
me
easy
tell you.
thing. Okay, so let's get into it.
Straight into one of the biggest muscles in the body and one of the strongest muscles in the body. If you didn't know what that is, it's called the gluteus maximus. That's our bottom over here. So we're doing something called a kettlebell swing, holding your weight in both hands, making sure that we got a gorilla posture. What that means is gorillas have their chest out. Oh, I am gorilla, I am strong, and they have a nice neutral spine, all right? Remember that. In our gorilla posture, we're gonna bring the kettlebell down and then explosively squeeze the glutes and bring it up, straight up in front of us. You'll see myself and Zoe keeping a nice neutral spine for this. And you can increase your reps too, so go for 20 reps in total on this one. And again, 4 sets each will get you done on this first exercise. And I promise you, that already is gonna be a burner on the glutes. How are we feeling there?
I love kettlebell swings because the thing for me is like you have to focus on your posture.
Yes.
You don't want to rely on that momentum and injure your back.
100%, and it's such a nice active workout. At the same time, you forget how many calories you're burning. Put some music on with this, and you really get into the zone.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm gonna do an adaptation from the kettlebell swing. We're gonna get a little bit more technical, but we're gonna try and create a flow. So again, a nice dance, burning cows, but working the legs at the same time. So kettlebell, all the weight is in one hand now. We start off with a basic swing, and then we bring the kettlebell to our shoulder for a rest. This is where we hold it together, and from here we're gonna go into a squat. So get your glutes nice and low, you're keeping your posture neutral, and then back into a swing, switch to the other hand, and then bring it back to the opposite shoulder once again, and then going down for a good squat. All right, so you're starting to feel a little bit of a rhythm, swing, switch to the other hand, and then over to the shoulder. And now you can start playing with this. You can start dancing, you can get some friends involved as well, and it starts becoming not only an exercise of conditioning, but also concentration too, which is very important to build that mind-muscle connection. Ooh, I'm trying to talk and do this. It's actually getting a bit hard now.
It is always difficult to talk while you do exercise.
It is, but you're absolutely nailing it, Zoe. I love your form. Great posture over there, working those glutes nicely. And remember, every time you're doing that swing, just have extra emphasis on squeezing those glutes, squeezing those thighs and those legs. That's just going to give you that extra strength and conditioning that we all are here for, right?
We need that. We need that.
Give me 10 seconds. I need a break.
You need to breathe in, take a deep breath through your nose, out the mouth. There we
these
go.
are
Breathing is
sneaking
very
up on me.
important when you exercise.
It is, of course. Now, guys, remember, have some music, have good ambience, have some good fluid with you, and then get ready for the last exercise of this lower body workout. Now, remember, 10 reps for that last one. The first workout was 20. For this one over here, you're gonna go for time. So 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Hold the kettlebell in your left hand for this one, and we're gonna focus on firefighters. The instability and the control needed to carry something, whether it's a big pipe, whether it's a victim, whether it's an obstacle in the road, doesn't matter what it is, firefighters gotta be ready, and there's not always proper balance. So, kettlebell in the one hand, wired to force the core to stabilize and counterbalance. Then we're gonna go for a forward lunge with the right leg. So left hand kettlebell, right leg forward for a lunge. We just step into that lunge, good control, step all the way back and reverse that lunge, taking that leg all the way back, and you're gonna repeat this. There we go. Don't let that leg come to the center. Just keep the stability in between, and you'll start feeling your quads, you'll start feeling your glutes, and you'll start feeling the rest of your legs working overtime. How are you feeling over there, Zoe?
Yes, it's burning.
It is
I
burning
normally
indeed.
cheat and put the foot down in the middle.
Exactly that. So this is a great tip. Of course, guys, if you are struggling with this, as you can see in the transition, we aren't putting our foot down, but you're more than welcome to start off in that movement. So Zoe and I can show you again. As we transition, we put our foot down if you want to start off, but if you are wanting to make it a little bit harder for yourself, then as Zoe is doing right now, Now, don't put your foot in the middle and go straight to the back. That's going to
Continuous
increase
flow.
Yes, that's going to increase the stability. That's going to increase the stimulation of the legs as well, and of course, just get you fighter ready. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, I'm sweating proper over here. Let's finish over to the other side. Mzansi, you guys can join us now. Other side of the leg, the exact same thing, just for the sake of balance and keeping that good posture. You don't have to speed this up as well. What we want to focus on is stability. You want to be strong, you want to be proud, you want to be able to save someone's life.
And focus on your breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Now, while we focus on our breathing, you, Mzansi, can focus on enjoying all these firefighter gains. And thank you once again, JP Sebastian, for coming through on that epic plug. Bring your own brigade. I got my
Catch
sweat
your
on.
breath. Catch your breath.
Catch my breath. I got my sweat on now. I need a hose off. I need a firefighter in my life just to cool me down. But Mzansi, thank you for joining us. Well done, sir.
Thank you. That was good.
Good form.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's for Men, enriched with triple glycerine. For 48-hour moisture and no stickiness. Ingram's, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we're in the final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast show, and it's time for us to spend some time in the kitchen because we're about to make a strawberry and white chocolate blondies. It sounds heavenly, and yes, it tastes even better too. Now, they are super moist, they are dense, and they have plenty of little pockets of fresh strawberry goodness. And for a double treat, we have Chef Clem in studio to show us how to serve up this delicious, and I mean, when I say delicious, we're also doing it with a strawberry ripple cream. That sounds incredible.
It is so good.
Oh.
And there's a little bit of fruit in there, which makes it like, it kind of, the tartness of the strawberry, and they are sweet, but the contrast between the sweetness of the chocolate, the tartness of the strawberries just makes it so amazing.
A heavenly combination.
I was almost going to say because the strawberries in it's healthy, but I can't lie.
No, we can't
It's a
lie.
treat.
This is
It's a treat, yeah.
This is an absolute treat. And it's always a treat having you in studio. Now, this is my complete weakness. I have a soft weakness for white chocolate.
But you remember back in the day when baking chocolate was like it didn't taste good, especially white baking chocolate? These are addictive. They are so good. Okay, so we have a task because we're actually baking for Graham and for Carl.
Okay.
They're standing by because they want to come in and try some.
They want to come and taste. Okay, so Chef Clem, take the recipe away.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is just take I like to call them crowns, but the little stems, can you take them off the strawberries for me?
I'll do that for you.
What's really amazing on the daily difference deal, right now, 2 bundles of strawberries are 400 grams for 70 Rand. And that's amazing, because then you're going to play around with it, you know? Like, I mean, I love strawberries just like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you use it in baking, it's just so much more amazing. The flavors just come out.
And you know what's cool about the strawberries, especially if you know, if you feel like you want to capitalize on the daily deal, but you feel like you're not going to get through all the strawberries. Some of them are great to freeze and then pop it into a smoothie, a breakfast smoothie.
Absolutely.
You don't have to
Raoul would
waste
like
the
that
strawberries.
Because Raoul's all about the healthiness. But we're going to keep Raoul at peace. I mean, he's going to love this. Okay.
He's allowed a cheat.
I've got some melted butter, and I've added some brown sugar to it. And I'm just going to kind of cream this together. And I've got some caster sugar going in as well. You just want to get it, like, to the point where the color's going to start lightening. It's going to look almost fluffy, okay?
But you don't want it at that point.
That's when you can start adding the other ingredients. So I'm going to speed it up a bit. How are you doing there?
I'm doing good. I'm just cutting off, actually, I'm just keeping all the red.
I didn't hear a thing you said. What?
I'm keeping all the red.
Keep all the red.
I'm just cutting off the little top end.
Perfect. Okay. Then we're going to add the eggs one at a time.
There we go. Chef Dem, how often do you make these blondies? Is this a staple or is this a treat?
This is a treat, but I don't know what's going on lately. Like, we've got to always have a baked good in the house.
It's winter, that's what's happening.
And my wife's taken over. She makes the most amazing brownies, blondies, banana blondies. Ooh. So basically, take a banana bread recipe, the one that we actually have on the Taste website, and halve the flour. It makes the most decadent banana bread blondies. It's insanely good.
Okay. It's all about the blondies today.
It's about the blondies.
But you're working
and
with the
brownies.
brownie. I tried.
You tried. Okay, vanilla paste going in. And don't be shy of the vanilla paste. 2 teaspoons is fine. It's good. You want to taste it. Then
I love how you just guesstimate. You're like 2 teaspoons is fine, but you just
let it go. Let it go.
Okay.
Then we got self-raising flour, bicarbonate soda, corn flour, and salt. And the salt is very important in this recipe because it brings out the flavors of everything that you're baking with. Okay, now I can start adding my dry ingredients.
Should I do anything else to the strawberries?
What you can do is, how good are you at swirling?
Swirling? I'm not good at swirling. What is swirling?
Just Cole's laughing in the background.
No, I don't swirl my hair, so that's why I'm asking what's swirling. But is it the same where you want to get that round?
All I wanted to do is just to swirl the strawberry. We've taken some strawberries, cooked it down, made a little puree, a little jammy goodness out of it. But to just swirl that for the cream for me. That's going to be a little strawberry ripple.
So should I just throw it and then just like...
Yeah, but with finesse. Like, you got to have like a style. You got to go at it with like poise and like...
Not a blump.
Not a blump, okay? It's looking good. It's looking good. All I'm going to do is fold through the dry ingredients. I'm making a mess with the wet ingredients.
Okay, let's
the
see how this
strawberries are looking good.
So I must just do like a little...
Yeah. Like literally, but just make it look like an art piece. By the time you're done, we can sell it.
You're putting a lot of pressure on me to swirl.
You can also halve the big strawberries. We're going to just add them whole right now. What's happening with this end? What's happening with this end?
It's my strong hand.
It's your strong hand. Okay. Guys, okay. So when you do this step, channel your inner Zoe and bring out your strong hand.
And then you swirl.
Use the other hand to swirl. Okay.
I feel like I'm like dancing here on my toes.
I know, you've moved around the ball like so much, but that looks beautiful.
Is that what you had in mind?
Show the country. That's amazing. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So
that was a petty cheer.
I'm impressed. It's so good. Okay, in we go with our blondie mixture. Strawberries can be like in between, at the bottom, at top.
So you kept the strawberries whole. You didn't chop them smaller.
Well, you can. You can absolutely do that, and maybe you should.
Okay, but it's okay.
But you can add them whole as well, because then you get like these big little chunks of strawberry in there.
Which is quite nice.
That goes to the oven. I'm going to bring the whole plate over here. Is that okay?
Yes, please. Let's add our swirl. I worked really hard on it.
That looks so good. Okay, so if we can bring Carl and Graham in so they can kind of taste this. Zoe and I made these a little early on the show.
I'm looking forward to, most of all, the big little chunks.
Yeah, because you put
big little chunks.
Big strawberries in that thing, dude.
Oh, okay, guys, I forgot one step.
Yeah.
What did you forget?
You gotta add your chocolate drops to the batter before it goes into the oven, okay?
Okay.
But now Zoe's gonna take it because now they're hers. Okay.
Now it's everywhere.
You gotta, what you do is get a blondie, get some of the ripple that was expertly swirled, get some on there, give it a bite. This is hard work, okay? So,
Zoe, first of all, please, before we eat, can you show us how to do the strong hand?
Yeah,
just so
please.
we know.
Wow.
I want to know what the hand is doing. Like, is it channeling energy or
magic, the force?
Have you ever taken a photo and you just don't know what to do with your hands? So I'm swirling it and I don't know what to do with this hand.
But if you think about it, on TV it happens all the time. When you're standing there and you're like, what do I do with my hand here? What do we do?
That's why the camera always cuts them way down.
Exactly.
You don't know what's happening with the hands.
But I'm getting strong hand just looking at, like, trying to figure out how we're going to...
You can do it. You can do it. Okay, go in,
You can
Graham. Go in.
scoop.
Go in.
I'm
Go
going in.
Go in.
I'm going in.
And then we can add extra
Goodness
white chocolate
gracious
dropped on
me.
top.
It's decadent, it's heavy, it's chunky, it's fudgy.
You have to finish it.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Get in there, son.
You have to
Get in
finish
there.
it. Okay, I'm ready.
You have to get
Yes.
some chocolate drops too.
So where do I put the drops?
Come on, my
Just
ride or die.
make it happen.
Okay, and then
What you do is you put the chocolate drop on your forehead,
Sorry.
and you work it down to your mouth, and then you take a bite of the blondie.
You have to
Do it.
swirl.
Yeah, there. More strength in the hand. More strength in the hand. There we go.
Wow.
Do you feel it?
Conjured, yeah.
I'm doing it.
Don't
Wow.
ruin my swirl.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's go. Got it. Beautiful.
Wait. Can we get? Wait! This is quite important. So
You just pulled a muscle
we're gonna
in his
bring
mouth.
some. I think
Do
You
it.
just made him pull a muscle in his
we
mouth.
need music. We need music. Okay.
I'm ready.
This is okay. Bring on the music. Oh, Graham's in the mode.
Okay.
We meet again. It's been some time. I've grown. You've grown.
I haven't grown.
Close.
Here we go.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, good.
Blondie, will you marry me? You know what I'm tasting? Zoe's not like hand. I taste the
She also uses the strong hand to mix.
It's a handy.
She uses it to mix the batter also, so a little bit of the flavors in there.
I feel like, is this recipe going to be on woolworths.co.za?
Yes, it is. So
Yeah.
if you want to make your own swirl using your strong hand and these delicious strawberry blondies, that recipe is on woolworths.co.za. And if you've missed any of the steps, it won't have the strong hand, but we'll show you everything else on how to make
I
these.
don't even know how to approach it.
So good. Oh,
Nice.
you want to go?
You just got a little.
It's okay.
got
I'm
a little
still. Welcome back.
brownie there.
Sugar high.
To Feel Sugar Breakfast. I mean, Feel
I've
Good
gone
Breakfast Show.
semi-blind after eating that. I don't know why that was a lot.
In case you missed it, we made these things called blondies. The recipe is available to you.
Strawberry blondies.
But wow,
Goodness.
they are so good. And let's just
I had
change
fun
this.
watching you guys.
I know you did.
Let's be honest.
The glycemic index is all the way up there. But I just wanted to run something by you and the boys as well. I mean, the hard, I can say it's very, very hard, but exciting part about life, as you may know, is that it's filled with constant tough choices, like whether to eat a blondie or not. So what makes it even more tough is that there's so often, it isn't like a right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
So today we're looking at what happens when career and love come head to head. And you have to choose what to do. I'm going to get into trouble for this one.
Yeah.
So we've posed a little bit of a would you rather question that I actually want you to take on, Graham, if you don't mind. Give us the scenario. I'm ready for you.
I thankfully have never had to go through this myself, so I'm looking forward to hearing you guys, Wayne, and maybe if you've been through it. But here's the scenario, guys. So you've been at your company for a number of years. You're doing extremely well. You're making lots of moolah, and you're super happy in your role there. But then your long-term partner gets offered a job in another city. Oh, I can feel people getting nervous already. So here is the would you rather scenario. Would you A, relocate with your partner and look for a new job yourself? Back their dreams.
Yes.
Be that partner. Be
Okay.
the wind beneath their wings. Or would you B, keep your job, okay? Keep your own sense of self and try the long distance. Dun, dun.
Ryle?
I'm gonna just add to this. So, like, off the bat, the long distance thing, it was the hard. I've tried it.
Oh, really?
I tried it in my past, and someone I absolutely loved, and it just didn't work out. The obstacles were just too huge for me, and I think that would probably make me more inclined to actually just, I don't know, I would rather try support my partner.
Yeah.
But there's a big but here. It depends if this is going to support both of us in the long run. Because imagine my job is potentially, I'm
twice
happy.
as much, yeah.
How happy are you currently? Is this going to increase your happiness, number one? And number two, is this going to be best for us? So am I going to be able to get a
You'd
gig?
make such a lekker house husband.
Hey?
Like with a man cave?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Put
I
a
can
little
see that.
apron on you.
And a book.
Yeah, put a little apron on you.
Actually, you know what? I might
You
actually
could
support
do
that,
man.
dream. I can see
Man
that
of
man cave.
leisure.
Good
Yeah.
on me, huh? Carl, what do you
Yeah,
think?
no, well, I
a
mean,
tough
no,
one.
long distance, it's tough. I tried it with J-Lo, didn't work out. Went back to Ben.
Yeah.
It's really tough, really.
Was
But
that more from your side than hers, though?
yeah, it's just I
for
had
sure.
things to do with espresso and
Yeah,
radio and
no,
stuff,
we
so
get
it's
that,
fine.
we get that.
But I actually would agree with the sort of relocating along with their partner. The thing is, the reason why I'm doing so well at my job is because that partner was supporting me. And I think it would be my turn to go and relocate with her if she got a job in another city. And even though I'm doing so well, I think the reason why I'm doing well is that somebody had to have supported you to get that far in your job. And I suppose I don't want to be selfish because now they get their turn.
I suppose for me, it's about what stage of life you're in.
Yeah.
So if it's that part of your career, if you're kind of getting into it and you're successful, you can get into any other job and be successful as long as you're happy and maybe this is an opportunity for you to try something new and exciting. But you know, if you're really well established and you've worked hard to get to that point, to undercut that is a difficult thing. But it's a tough one.
I must just say on this point, I must just say, I don't know, me personally, I mean, I'm just starting in this game. It's been like 2 years, 2.5 years for me. But none of what I'm doing I could have done on my own. I've needed my partner for this. I've needed my stability. I've needed my rock. And if anything, I'm going to have to pay that forward at some point in time. So the sacrifices have been made now. So for me, it's about that balance and equality. But I must just say,
deal, yeah.
Are you able to do what you're doing without your partner? And that's an important question at the end of the day, too, I think.
Especially when family and kids and things come into the fold. Then it's a
Yeah,
whole
man.
different. Then it's all about security and the group effort. You
Should
know?
be a us decision.
You know what? You guys are very, very good men. I work with fantastic men, but of course you had a chance to comment
one,
and weigh in. I'm excited to hear what you had to say. So let's take a look. So first one is from Norma.
Parker Perenzi says, B, it's hard to get a job and I'm happy. Long distance relationship for me, it seems. Okay, all right. Well, kudos to you. And then we've got Nombikaise Ngakaleka. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But the answer is good morning, Expresso. It's just going to be A for me. No explanation needed ended there.
Yeah.
And then we've
Been
got
through that. Tried it.
Neat as well says, I'd rather keep my job, because what if you don't find work and things go south, or he dies and I'm stuck in a foreign town without a job?
Was it went
That was
dark,
a
dark
little-
quick?
That went dark quick. Wow.
Admittedly, I didn't think about the death in the scenario.
Yeah.
It is a
That
spin,
was a little bit deep. Yeah, man.
But I mean, you need to love, you know. You don't think about death. You just love in the moment and you support the person. Mersha says, B, jobs are so scarce. And what about in another country where you have to start all over again and might not earn what you're getting right now?
Yeah. Draws that question of what it is you're actually doing at the end of the day. Is it something you can do overseas or not?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Transferable, yeah.
Is it a once-off where you get lucky? Did someone have to smangle you and wangle you into the job? I don't know.
Did you smangle your way into this job, or did you mangle your way
2.5
into this
years
job?
ago, you said, eh?
Don't tell anyone.
This is definitely going to
More
draw
comments.
a line. I think people struggling.
Yeah, Maza, and I'm struggling with the names today. I do
Nomvuzo.
apologize. Nomvuzo.
Yeah.
Nomvuzo says, B, keep my job and try for long-distance relationships. We are in a crucial time as a country, a time of COVID-19, where people lose their jobs, so I cannot risk. At least when I get leave, I will go and visit my partner. All right, I see that. There's a lot more optimism when it comes to the long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's why I ruled that one out. For me personally, I struggle with it, but I love the fact that Mzansi sees the possibility within that, and I think it can work.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like 2 days away from my family, and I start losing my mind. I start having dreams like, did I imagine my family? Was it an alternate reality that
Take the Red Bull.
I need my construct
Jack,
around
do you
me,
exist?
man. Yeah, exactly, man. But yeah, really, really interesting one, and I think at the heart of it, probably money, and I don't mean that in a superficial way. It has to be at the heart of those kind of discussions as a family.
You know, sometimes there isn't a right or wrong answer, but it's always best to actually choose what makes you happy and what will serve you well in the short and long term. And if you are a young student, or maybe you need some guidance navigating your life and career, then visit nedbankunlocked.me website for all the tools and advice to help you make the best decisions for you.
Because do you realize we gave them absolutely no resolution there whatsoever?
Yeah, it's like A.5.
Go to the website.
Indulge your desires. Be swept away by the fragrance of dissent. Take the plunge into impulsive spending until you find yourself deeper and deeper, drowning in debt. In this world of temptation, do you want a bank that takes your money, or a bank that takes your money seriously?
All right, so we go from a bit of money talk to somebody that I really love. It's Lana Crowster. She's still here with us. The thing is, she's changed clothing because obviously wardrobe is very important. They went with a beautiful sort of national park chic, which is very, very nice to see, as you can see. Now, the next song is all about this lovely person over here, but she's very authentic. But the song is called Fake. And the thing is, the words are quite deep and meaningful, and you're about to hear it right now as we model off and give you Lana Crowster on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Fake.
Thank you, Carl. So this one needs all of you back home to sing along, okay? And the words are easy. It just goes. Oh, 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 oh.